Hooray! Hi guys, it's a girl in Mutamz, also known as Gilopa said, girl from Zambia. I know it's been a long time, but I'm here today, and I just want to promise you that from today onwards, for the month of June, I'll be here on a daily basis to do some live stream videos. It's good to see you, and let me know where you're watching us from. Let's get people on board. If you want to join this stream, we have a link there. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Happy New Month. Today is the 1st of June, 2022. The year has already gone. Just like that. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome to this live stream. I know it's been a long time, but we're getting there. I know very soon we'll get used to me coming on the live streams to talk about what's going on, real life issues in Zambia, in Africa, wherever. I feel there's a need. And I'm sorry I haven't been much on YouTube because I've been busy running a business. And I'm glad that it's doing well. Things have settled, and at least I can breathe in between my live streams and here. And I know some of you might be noticing my eye. What's happened to my eye? When I was pregnant with my daughter Daniela, my eye has been like that, but I'm hoping to get an appointment for that to be sorted out. So how are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Good to see you. And remember, on this live stream, keep your comments respectful at all times and no vulgar language. So you've been warned. You've been warned. You've been warned. Let's go to the comment section. Hi, how are you? How are you? Ephraim says, God richly bless you. Thank you so much. Longest time. I'm back now. Hi, Patrick Onyeka. I'm back now on this platform. For those of you who are watching me for the first time, this is Lila Mutamz TV. Yesterday was my daughter's birthday. She turned 6. So, you know, we've got balloons everywhere, decorations everywhere. It's good to see you. Makungu, hi, how are you? So if you want to join on the live stream to discuss what's going on, I will post the link. That's a link over there. I know eventually once people know that I'm doing these evening live streams, they'll start coming on board. But for now, okay, so we have a new administration in Zambia. For those of you who know or who may not know or who know, I was taking, I don't even know where to put this here. Is it this side? When you're seeing the camera, the opposite side. Which side is the camera? Okay, the camera is this side. This thing shows the opposite way. Oh my God. Hi. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah. This one? This is crazy. Let me see myself in this camera for me to know what's going on. Okay, yeah, that's better. This one is a mirror. That one is the opposite way. I'm seeing the opposite. Hi, 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 hi. Good to see you. Let's talk about these things. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. I'm back. Very briefly, in January last year, 2021, I started a business, a healthcare business, where I supply staff to go into different care homes and local authorities. The thing is about me, I'm quite industrious. I don't like depending on one source of income. So when this opportunity came, I focused on this, and God has been so good. We've ventured into so many things, and presently I was even registered as a manager. So I'm blessed that I am a registered manager of my company, which I will share about any opportunities that arise for you guys to come here in the UK. Somebody saying you're really a strong voice. Thank you so much. So yeah, we have a new administration called, they call themselves the New Dawn government. This is UPND in office, and they've come and taken power. They are the angels, the lifesavers of Zambia. And the hope for Zambians is that things should change. There should be better schools, opportunities. And presently, most people are complaining about what's going on. What is really going on? So I wanted us to be doing these live streams for the next few days where we come on board, you share, you talk about what your experiences are. Is it about salaries? Is it about job opportunities? What is your expectation? Are you disappointed? Do you still have hope? So I would like to talk about yesterday. Yesterday was a day when we had the commissioning of the Mulungushi International Conference Center. It's now changed. It's now the Kenneth Kaunda building. So I'll go to some posts and also the president's post and just read that, and we reflect on that. Okay, so for those of you who knew how it looked like, or maybe you're wondering how it's looking like now, let me just wipe my phone. Hi. This is how, oh, can you see it? Okay, yeah. This is how the Molongoshi Conference Center, now the Kenneth Kaunda Conference Center, is looking like. It's a state of the art, obviously done by the Chinese, no doubt about that. You can see that absolutely. This is my work phone, guys, so that's how it's supposed to look like. I'll read something. Somebody posted that Zambia is going to be hosting the African Union fourth African Union media coordination meeting, where I think this will be the 41st ordinary session, of the African Union meeting. For those of you who know these things, prior to this, Zambia was expected to host the full heads of state, 55 heads of state, but in 2020, but I think it was not held. It was supposed to be held, obviously, with COVID, many things were stopped. But the Chinese aid came to Zambia. They came to the aid of Zambia, and now the country has, a $66 million worth of conferencing facility, which is a similar design to the Nelson Mandela Conference Hall at the African Union Commission in Addis Ababa. So it's now named the Kenneth Kaunda International Conference Center, and it was officially opened yesterday on Tuesday. The people that started this project were the Patriotic Front administration, but obviously they are no longer in office. So the UPND government have taken the glory or the center stage of this. And there's been mixed feelings on social media everywhere, where people are saying, okay, yes, you're commissioning this. Who started this project? And to be honest, it is a beautiful project, absolutely beautiful project. We can't deny the fact that the Patriotic Front did their work. They tried their best each time. They did whatever they could, and at the same time, they also stole. They took embezzled funds, public funds. But in this case, we need to look at this initiative. How did President Edgar Chagwa Lungu come up with this project? And then obviously he did not commission it because he's no longer the president of Zambia. I strongly feel that the president should have invited the former president of Zambia to commission this project. Hi, Noran, how are you? Good to see you. Hi, Anna, how are you? Good to see you. So the president said this, President Hakainde Hichilema. Look, on this platform, we don't praise sing for anybody. And that's what made this platform the most popular platform. And believe you me, when we get to 2026, this platform will be banging. It will be more popular than this because everybody will be trying to campaign for themselves here and there. So, just 1 minute. Hi, everyone. How are you? How are you? If you want to join this live stream, click on this link below. Join and let's talk about it. Join, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay, so I wanted to share this link with somebody that I was hoping could join. Okay, so you've seen what's going on. I know people are thinking, oh, it's too early. It's too early. Give the UPND a chance. And then we have another platform which copied my concept, by the way, of doing live streams. And all they do is just praise the government, praise the government, praise the government, praise the government. And then there's so many things going wrong which need to be addressed. Number one thing that is going wrong before I read the president's speech or anything is the fact that we still have so many youths out there who are still unemployed. They are still unemployed. How come? Why is it that the youths that fought for this struggle, that wanted a new government, that wanted a new administration, they are still not having jobs? It's because the UPND government, in my opinion, was never ready to govern, number one. Yes, they had hopes that one day they would take office and be presidents of Zambia, MPs of Zambia. But number one, they were never ready to govern. And which is why, people will say, oh, you are bitter because you were not adopted. It's nothing to do with bitterness. It's about the reality of things, to say, if you were ready to govern, just hold on. Okay, so hi, how are you? Busi, how are you? So the UPND government was never ready to govern. And like I'll say this, like I always say, number one, we look at the people that were selected as members of parliament that were adopted. Majority of them didn't even know the grassroots. They didn't even know the groundwork. They were not even people that were familiar with what was going on at the grassroots level. And they had no understanding of the pains of the people. And for them, what was important is just being adopted and then being in parliament and then doing their own things, which is why most of them, their phones are off. Their phones are off. Rosemary, if you want to join, here's a link. Which is why most of them, their phones are off. And I got myself a very good laptop now as well. Because the other one just passed. So I was like, how am I going to do these live streams again? And I have a better one, which has a better camera as well. So we are looking at what's going on. And many people are upset and disappointed at the same time, because in as much as they want to see things change, they still have these sweet words coming from our president. And our president is very good at speech. He says all these sweet words, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And people are comforted all the time by his words. So let me go back to the topic. President Hakainde Hichilema posted a statement on his page saying, this afternoon we commissioned the Kenneth Kaunda conference wing of the Mulungushi International Conference Center in Lusaka. To us, it was an honor because the man is a Pan-Africanist that we were obviously honoring. It's a shame that he's no longer alive, same as the airport as well. When it was officially launched, he was no longer alive. May his soul rest in peace. Many of you know Kenneth Kaunda, a giant. The man was a giant. So the president said, we thank the People's Republic of China for their very generous gift of this 2,500-seater facility that was not only delivered on time but also fulfilled the expectations. And he just talked about how Zambians in the public sector play a role, in the construction. You can see it on his page, and then he says, we encourage that those managing the conference facilities use it as part of a strategy to grow the economy. And President Lungu was never appreciated in any way. I know people will say, why should he be appreciated? So that was the president at this event. Let me see if I can use my other phone. The president at this event, which was powerful, obviously. Continue with English. Let me show you something. Just 1 minute. Okay. So let me just check here. This other phone is better. I've got 3 phones now. Too much of a busy person. So it's the reaction of people that I wanted us to also discuss. Somebody was sending messages. So that's the president. That's the president of Zambia. Commissioning, officially receiving the keys from the People's Republic of China, and that's the president there. Yeah. Okay. So I want to read a few comments, and then we can go into the nitty-gritty of the video. The president, Lombe Wesu said, nicely done projects are for the people of Zambia, while incomplete projects are for PF and ECL. Somebody wrote, salute Dr. ECL, courtesy of ECL. Somebody goes by, this is the president's post. President Hakainde Hichilema's post. And sir, you need to take note of all these things, because when people are commenting like this on your post, it means they are fed up. Zambians are no longer in the praise and worship kind of arrangement where, oh yes, if people are complaining, take note. 2026 is not far, and Zambians are already, speaking to other politicians to see which one has given us the next hope here and there. I have said it on my platforms to say President Hakainde Hichilema will be president again in 2026, but that doesn't mean if things are not done in a certain way that he will continuously be a president, people will choose him without a choice. No, he needs to also do certain things so that people should pick him again. Okay, so another person said the best president of Zambia has ever had President Edgar Lungu. Then this one says, thanks, Mr. President, for the great works. Obviously, it's from Monrovia. This one said, the best, this is the comment that also caught me, the best is to appreciate both the Republic of China and the Republic of Zambia, then Dr. ECL for facilitating the agreement, because the president has commissioned this, but he has not appreciated the fact that President Lungu facilitated this. And then, people are going on to say, look, the best for you, President Hakainde Hichilema, could have changed the name to Edgar Chagwa Lungu instead to name his legacy. So People are on and on saying you should also appreciate, and these are UPND presidents. Because I know those people that can attack you on social media when you comment and they come and attack you over President HH when you say anything. So Mukuka says, ECL never talk too much. Yeah. Now, this is what got me, and this is what inspired me to do this video. ECL never talked too much. He was just delivering. Well, notwithstanding the fact that his team let him down by plundering our resources, you know. And then somebody says, legacy, ECL's legacy, much love for him. And this is what we find wrong with the UPND government, where they spend time, Rosemary is online, where they spend time speaking all the time and pointing, Patriotic Front did this, Patriotic Front did this, Patriotic Front did this. Okay, what are you going to do? This is what the Zambians are asking. What are you going to do for this? I mean, it's your government. When you're in opposition, you spend days and nights criticizing everything about the Patriotic Front. Everything about the Patriotic Front was always negative. I never heard, not even once did the President Hakainde Hichilema call President Lungu His Excellency. He called him Mr. Lungu. And everybody would address him as Mr. Lungu. Even on this platform, we would address him as Mr. Lungu. But Mr. Lungu has worked. I mean, we can see the evidence. Yes, we are not denying the fact that they've looted resources. And then what also bugs me is Hakainde Hichilema condemned everything about the Patriotic Front. Why hasn't he fired the Patriotic Front people that surround him? Because most of the people that surround President Hakainde Hichilema, they're from the Patriotic Front. We're talking about people who are working with him in State House, people are working with him all over. They are from the Patriotic Front. Why hasn't he fired them? And then the current Bank of Zambia governor, Mr. Dani Kalyalia, was fired by President Lungu. He is now the hired governor. Why hasn't the president picked on other people to say, look, I'm going to pick on you, I'm going to pick on you, I'm going to pick on you? The new Don government promised Zambians a lot of things. We will give you free education. The free education that people are saying is sitting on the floor. Not many desks. The schools, some of them are in dilapidated conditions, obviously. And I asked a question on my Facebook page, because for the past weeks, I've been on Facebook trying to gauge the situation and understand how people feel. And I asked this question. Hi, Lance Payment from America, my subscriber and supporter. Thank you so much. I'm back on the live streams now every evening, every day, because we need to talk about everything that is happening in Zambia and Africa at large. Thank you so much. And I asked this question on Facebook. Why is it that, we are told there's free education, but we don't have not even a single member of parliament's child going to those government schools? And somebody said, do you know that they are doing the poor a favor to take them to school? Another person said, do you know that they don't have to because they can afford it? Even me, I cannot take my child to a government school. And I told them, I said, that is what is wrong with Africa. Is the mentality where you believe that someone who's in office is doing you a favor. If President Hakainde Hichilema is doing Zambians a favor by being a president and saying free education, then he could have done that favor whilst he was not a president, because after all, he's a multi-millionaire. You understand me? He's in the office to make sure that the resources that the Zambians gather, he can utilize them well, including taxpayers' money, be it loans from the IMF, be it Euro bonds, be it taxes, be it toll gate charges, whatever it is. That's the reason why he is there. He is the overseer of the resources of Zambia. So he's not doing you a favor or me a favor. He's actually doing what he's supposed to do. It is an obligation. It's a duty of a leader in a position to ensure that resources are used the way they're supposed to be used. And it is not in any way a favor. So presently, we have over 68% of the youths who are unemployed. But recently we saw the president of Zambia appointing a 70-year-old man. Let me show you the picture. As the High Commissioner to Malawi. Meanwhile, the youths are on Facebook every day, swearing at each other, fighting each other with no positions. Meanwhile, when a young person like myself aspires for office, we have fought so hard. Like, who are you? Why should we pick you? You are from the diaspora. We don't know you. Well, what about the Zambians who are there? What about the ones who've been loyal? There is no opportunity. And this is what we've been saying for a long time. We fought the Patriotic Front for selfishness. We fought them for, thinking about themselves. This is the current High Commissioner to Malawi. The retirement age, official age, should be 65. What is a 70-year-old man doing in a diplomatic position? These are the questions you should ask yourselves. Nobody is bitter or angry about, because I was not chosen to be a member of parliament, so I am. No, there can only be one member of parliament. And when something is wrong, we must, speak up and say, everything here is wrong. How can we have the rich people's children being offered jobs? And it's the key names. Mwanawasa, the daughter to the late president, was given a position because his wife has been part of the UPND. So yes, she's now working as an advisor to the president because she is educated. Which school did she go to? She studied abroad. And you, a Zambian, you will never get an opportunity to study abroad unless God obviously opens doors. What they do is take their children with your taxpayers' money, because you give them gratuity. They take their children to the best schools in the world and then come back and tell you, well, this one deserves this position because this one is qualified. Meanwhile, we have very intelligent Zambians who are getting A stars and you name it. They are at home doing nothing. They don't even have a hope for education. For those of you who follow me on Facebook, I have a page called Lilian Mutamz Foundation, the same one I used to link to my YouTube channel. We recently posted a guy called Gibson Zulu that wants to go to university in September, UK September, in July. And this guy was cleaning toilets at a minimum wage of, is it 1,000 or 2,000 kwacha a month? And he did that so he could raise his fees. And as part of my foundation, we identified his call and we supported him with a sum of 10,000 kwacha, which is about $1,000. And he's paid off his fees for the next year. And he was given an extra 15,000 kwacha by Prophet Abraham in America for him to study. Now, look at it this way. This is a young man with no opportunity, no hope of going to university. And then we have opportunities of the young people going, say, probably to University of Zambia on a government bursary. Who is running those bursaries? Do you think these young people will have an opportunity if they have no connections? They say corruption is over. No, it's not. It has actually just begun again. You know, don't expect that corruption will be over because it's a new government. No, it will still be there. But what am I trying to say? We are looking at issues that are going on now. We're looking at how Zambians are struggling presently. We're looking at the rises in prices, in commodities in Zambia. And Zambians are struggling to survive. Simply because, yes, we've inherited a regime that, planned on resources. But for how long will this government keep on talking, and talking? The other day, I issued a statement to say, we are tired of speeches. Enough of blaming the Patriotic Front. But let's forge ahead and say, what next? What do we do? Yesterday, the president commissioned Mulungushi International Conference Center, the wing of Kenneth Kaunda Conference Center. He commissioned that, a job that was started by the previous government. Can we have more commissioning of new projects? Can we have more desks? Can we have medication in hospitals? And kudos to the current Minister of Health, Madam Silva Marcel. She's trying by all means to check up on hospitals, and she's even going unannounced to make sure that these hospital workers are not sleeping on the job. Kudos to her. But the most disappointing thing presently is to see our current Vice President, Madam Matalina Lumango, silent. The last post I saw of her on her Facebook was, "Yes, this is the best thing that has ever happened to us, Europeans, blah, 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 blah." And I said, you are excited about this. What about the youth? What about the women? Zambia has a lot of talented women who can be in key positions. In the whole of Lusaka, we don't even have not even one female member of parliament in Lusaka. We have ministers. We have the Minister of Information. We have the Minister of Gender. But the cry is, why would we be having someone or women stealing? I have a video on my Facebook page again of a woman who went to steal fish. And people say, no, she's used to it, she's a thief. And upon interviewing her, she said, no, this was my first time stealing because of the levels of poverty in my family. So, will people be eating words? Will people be eating promises? Shouldn't they be an urgent relief, especially for the fact that we had COVID for almost 2 years that hit the whole world? And it's one excuse after the other. First, it was that we inherited a government that looted funds. Okay, no problem. Now, the next one is, no. There's war in Russia and Ukraine war. So the prices have gone high. No. The petrol is. What are you doing as a government to make sure that these opportunities and things change for the people of Zambia? Number one, the elderly people need to be looked after. Yes, there's a social cash transfer going on. And even at that, there's a lot of corruption going on and fraudulent activities where UPND officials are giving themselves 10 SIM cards, or they've hired people to say, you, come and collect the social transfer. And then they get money from the 50 kwacha. Mr. Lance Benson is saying on paper, Zambia has one of the motherland's most vibrant economies. It's a real shame that the powers that be effect policies that prevent the masses from participating in it. And the Zambians are suffering. The Zambian youths are given jobs where they're getting paid 2,000 kwacha. And in that 2,000 kwacha, rentals are high. The cost of living in Zambia presently is about 10,000 kwacha a month. And people are living on 2,000 kwacha. They are living in abject poverty. And there's no money in circulation presently. Because what is happening right now in Zambia is if you go to the bank and you try to deposit a huge sum of money or you want to withdraw, questions are, how did you get this money? Who gave you this money? How did you find yourself having such huge sums of money? So people are not spending. And we can only do so much. Yes, Sylvester, I'm live. And here's a link if you want to join. We can only do so much to help out there. Rosemary is trying to join in, but I don't know if she's having issues with connections. Connect your camera. We can only do so much as people in the diaspora or people out there to help out, but we need permanent solutions for the people of Zambia. Somebody said, oh, they've brought about cooperatives should write proposals, and when you write your proposal, you can get approved. Those proposals are being given to family members. Like I said, corruption is still there. And this is one of the most, in my opinion, the weakest governments ever. Because you cannot operate how you want to operate with enemies surrounding you, with people that constantly work so hard to condemn you. It's never done. They've allowed so many things to go on. The presidency is a respectable office where we need to have people who are security conscious, one, two, people that have the same vision as the president. Because what they'll make the president do is make mistakes deliberately and say, look, he's done that. And he's done that. The president's vision may be good, but if he's surrounded by people who don't give a damn about the Zambian vision, the Zambian dream, of which I call the Zambian dream, Lance Beeman, as, you know, above 65. If you want to live comfortable in Zambia, if you want to fulfill your dreams, or if you want to be a leader, you must be above 65, like Banji Kawunda. We have young people like myself that aspire for office or speak about things, and the first thing that people do is attack your character by lying all the time so that people don't believe in what you're saying. I stood on this platform day in, day out and condemned the Patriotic Front and campaigned indirectly for the UPND government before I joined them. And now it is a shame when we see people come across as if we have been against the current regime. No, nobody's against the current regime. What we want is change. The president has done well to get rid of cadarism. Cadres are out of the streets. Yes, we're happy they're not there. But what are those cadres doing now? They're stealing. We just had some images of a strong UPND member arrested for armed robbery. They have no jobs. They have no opportunities. There is no plan for them. And then we have our youth minister who recently stated that he was going to release 6 million kwacha for, let me calculate that in dollars. 6 million kwacha for, let me check this, 6 million Yeah, divide 20 pounds, 280,000 pounds in dollars. Let's say $375,000. He said, "Oh, we're going to release $375,000 and we're going to do this." And what people are saying now is it's all about talk, 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 no action. The UPND government has stated that they are going to recruit 40,000 teachers. Where are they? The UPND government has said they're going to recruit 60,000 nurses. Where are they? The UPND government is going to give out bursaries to students. We have students crying on Facebook for 50,000 kwacha bills, 70,000 kwacha bills, 35,000 kwacha bills, and asking us to solicit funds for them. Where are those opportunities? We are building a future for the senior citizen more than the young people. And I feel that the young people should be prioritized in everything. If you cannot give them jobs in Zambia, like I said, partner with us who are recruiting workers internationally. Let them have at least a bit of exposure outside, even if it's 3 years. If you work in the UK for 3 years and raise your funds, believe you me, you will have shops. You have your flats in Zambia. You have something to start with. And currency also will be flowing within the system. But like this evening, I received a message from someone asking me to help. And this is Sylvester wants to join. Hi, Sylvester. Let's hear what Sylvester has to say. Sylvester, sound. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you, madam?
How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, it's so wonderful.
Okay. What's your take on the current government? Are they working to your expectation?
No, they are trying, as you've mentioned, in terms of cadalism. We appreciate them for that. But from the look of things, there are more promises that we have not yet seen. And I don't know when, but I think some promises have not yet been fulfilled. I'll talk about the issue of NAPSA, which I saw where during the campaign we were told that NAPSA people will be able to access their funds even before they retire, of which, as for me, I feel that promise is recommendable. But when, as for now, it's quiet. We have not seen any development over that issue, of which I feel it's urgent because as we saw recently, some people were queuing some just to try to access their funds, and others were trying to access the funds of their departed maybe parents or so, of which I feel even the process itself is not it's not as simple as someone, because it's not everyone who is educated enough to access those funds. So I feel as people, as when they still have that energy, they need to access their funds and be able to use according to what they need, not where someone is old and or maybe they die. So it's something that I'm still looking forward to see.
To see, hey, okay, thank you for your contribution. And for you as a young person, what would you like to see from this government?
Um, as for me, my expectations, first and foremost, I would be happy to see most of the youths to be empowered, of which is something which is so important, empowerment, because it's not everything that the government will do for everyone, is especially when it comes to deployment. It's not everyone who can be deployed. That's the fact. So if at all there may be something like the empowerment for youths, that would be the best way, because once someone is well empowered, it will be very easy for the same person maybe to employ or to engage others. And by doing that, actually, it will create employment for many. So I feel priority shouldn't be in deployment of, because it won't be possible anyway, but to empower. That's the most important thing.
And do you think we have enough resources to empower the young people?
I feel resources might be available. I feel so. I feel the government may have the resources, because as a country, I feel we are rich,
Yes,
but
yeah,
probably we are a very rich country. And if at all we can see, as they are saying, no, they have these funds for maybe CDF or what. CDF
yes,
funds are okay, but accessing them, I feel it's not easy for, especially those people who didn't go to school. For example, you mentioned of these people who are called cadres, or those who helped during campaigns.
yes,
Most of them, they are not related enough to do all those procedures. So I feel they should be a need to adjust in terms of the procedure, so that everyone can access the funds as easy as possible.
yes.
The most important thing is to have at least the security, of course, of those funds, but the accessibility, it should be so easy.
It should be easy. Eh?
Yeah,
For me, what I'm seeing is there's so much, going on, and I think the time, 5 years is a short period of time. We are almost clocking into 1 year, and I feel that the current government has spent time obviously trying to put things in order, but then the people who are in leadership as well, they're also looking at how best they can also, help themselves. Um, because after 5 years, believe it or not, we don't know if this government will carry on, or maybe another government will come in. So everybody is in, because Zambia now have become so unpredictable. So I feel not
mm,
much can be achieved in the next 5 years, but it will be a period of promises, and maybe a few will benefit. Because like yesterday, somebody posted on my Facebook to say, look, we've seen people writing proposals in the science and technology, but it has never been announced. So are these people helping their own family members and ignoring you and any other Zambian out there? So most Zambian. So what do you do, Sylvester, in Zambia?
uh, I'm actually in government. I
Okay.
work in one of the rural health centers and under health.
Okay, no problem. It's fine.
Mm.
So, I mean, we are in a new government where you are free to speak, but I like the fact that you've said if they can, open up those opportunities to every other person out there, so that it's more accessible, there's transparency, and at least many Zambians can benefit. So thank you so much for your
Sure.
contribution. What would you say about the commissioning of the Mulungushi International Conference Center yesterday?
Well, I saw it. I saw it on TV. I think it's a good move, and I'm
Yes,
sure it will even open a lot of opportunities and engagement with these other governments. I'm sure it's a good move. It's a very
yes.
good move, actually.
And people have been complaining that President Hakainde Hichilema did not invite President Lungu or even acknowledge him. Should it be the case? You are in government, so should it be the case that somebody in government should be appreciated? Former government members should be appreciated. How should we do it?
Appreciations, it's very important. It's actually
Okay.
very important. Yes, so engaging him was also important, especially that the program started during his reign. So I feel it was important for him to be also
Acknowledgement.
be acknowledged or to be there. But all the same, if the commission was done even in his absence, it's still fine because it started during his time. So whether he was not there or whether he was there, I feel it doesn't really make any difference.
And for me, what I would also say is I wouldn't blame President Haga in Lema for not inviting him as well, because these two were clashing all the time. They were always clashing. If there's a meeting here,
Yeah,
the message was always, deprived. But we can't deny the fact that, in President Hakainde Hichilema's reign, right now, we're experiencing peace. Zambia is peaceful. Right now, Harry Kalawa is campaigning. This other man is campaigning without anybody disturbing them. But in the Patriotic Front days, you couldn't even post a picture of you campaigning. Cadres will come and attack you or disrupt your meeting. So he's done a good job in terms of peace, and I had a dream about this as well. But it would be nice to see that more youths are working together. Yeah.
very, very, very true.
All right. Oh, thank you so much for joining us on this live stream. I will be having a separate topic shortly as well, because I just wanted to talk about this and hear the people's views, and just also tell people on my YouTube channel that I am live and I'll be back with these things. Thank you so much. Take
Very true.
care, Sylvester. Okay. So you've heard that from a young person, a youth who um, is talking about what's going on in Zambia and would want to see more opportunities and accessibility for other people in Zambia. And then that's how I feel as well. It's important that we hear your views, and believe you me, this platform is going to grow back to what it used to be, and the president will be hearing what we're saying. Okay, what are people saying? What is this one saying? And he likes it when we come on this platform and speak. And for me, all I can say is kudos, Mr. President. Zambia is peaceful. We love you, but do more of the job than talking. That's how I feel. And it will really, really help. Hi, how are you? Power Project says, long time no. Yes, I'm even about to open my drink right now. I'm not here to advertise the drink, but I'm going to open it. It's a Diet Coke. How are you? Good to see you. So thank you so much. I'll be going live, linking even with my Facebook, because there's an important topic I need to talk about. Should Zambians be allowed to move in the streets the way they want to move? Thank you and take care. See you on my next video. Let's play some beat. Let's play some bits. So that's how we roll. Uh, um, free music, no copyright. Okay. Afro. So I'm requesting for email. Okay, Sylvester, I will send it to you shortly. If you can check one of my videos, it says my emails. Okay. So no copyright. See you shortly, guys. Take care.